Hello and welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Over the span of the last 3 episodes, we dealt with the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth, our longtime rival but friend. Um, and we managed to extend the trial by 1 day. But at the end of the trial, Miles told us about a nightmare of a murder that he committed. So I guess in today's episode, we're going to find out exactly what that is. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? Was his eyebrow always like that? I actually never noticed his eyebrow. A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think that Mr. Edgeworth was killed? Or... oh god. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? Why is he... Oh, I thought he was ringing a bell for a second, but I realize now that's just a loose sleeve. I mean, I like oversized sweaters as much as the next guy, but that's a little too much. I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, Maya? Is it swooning? Me? Oh, yeah, I do remember feeling faint. Right on. Tell me, it was like love at first sight, right? Maya is 17, and you are 23, and you have a girlfriend, so maybe take it easy, buddy. Huh? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy. You guys should be bowing before me, yeah. Bow before your hero. I kind of wish my hero looked a little more heroic. Larry, you really helped in the trial today. If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. Well, he was found guilty, but thanks to Larry, the judge overturned his verdict, which I don't even think is allowed. But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick? Enough of the silent treatment. Wait, yeah, why not Maya? Maya's come in clutch way more times than, what's his face, Larry Butts. Why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. Hey Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kind of forgot. Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm gonna hear the story today and that's final. Alright, it's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry, spring, the end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Our school is really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home. Huh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside. Oh, yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skip PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it. Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. So the next day we held a classroom trial with me as a defendant. Oh, he had the same haircut back then too, but this is still kind of sad. I imagine how that'd be a little traumatizing. I didn't do it. Oh, damn. No one play with him. Damn, that really hurts when you're in 3rd grade. We're not going to play with you anymore. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix. Oh no. Also, what the hell is that shirt he's wearing? I know I shouldn't be berating like a 3rd grader, but still. I don't even know what I'm looking at. It's like a policeman and I don't know what that is on the side. I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad, I just couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? I guess some things never change, huh? Well, I guess things changed a lot for him. He accused innocent people of crimes and put them behind bars using very illegal tactics. But he was a good kid, I guess. It wasn't you. Oh, it was Edgeworth's money. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor. Your Honor. This boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. We don't need proof. Why don't you all just shut up? Oh, I was about to say, that doesn't sound like Edgeworth, but I guess it's Larry. This is always how it is. Everyone ganging up and picking on one person. Just think about how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. The logic there is kind of shady. Edgeworth had the better defense, but you know, everything helps, Butts. Very well. I will replace the money. I will replace the money myself. Damn, that's a kind of. That's very generous. She definitely did not need to do that, but alright. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the 3 of us were best friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school that day. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, you see. When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to be a defense attorney just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Well, he kind of jumped ships. Then a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right. I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it though. I wanted to meet him to learn why he had to become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean that's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he had to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me and I believe in him. He's in pain and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him out. Whoa, Nick. So is that why you helped me out for free? Yeah. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. It very well may be. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess if I clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. Okay, let's go. Okay, seems like we shaved some of the fat and a lot of the evidence that we used to have is gone. Alright, that's fair. Just the game letting us know that we don't need it anymore. Lots of places we can go. Let's go to the detention center and see how Edgeworth is doing. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth? I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed way too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to say you used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammonds. On that day, 15 years ago. The 3 of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had not been of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. That's when I had changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So he's like my sister was to you, Nick. Yeah, it would be really exciting if we could see like a 2-on-2 thing. You know, Edgeworth and Von Karma versus Mia and Nick or Phoenix. It's probably not going to happen, or it's definitely not going to happen because Mia's dead. And it seems like Edgeworth is going to be put behind bars, but still a nice thought. He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. I know, it's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I must admit. No kidding. Alright, and we'll hear more about that strange situation in the next episode. It seems like 15 minutes is like a pretty good stopping point for the new practice I'm doing with this series for shorter episodes. So yeah, until next episode, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you then.